Hello, everybody. Good day. Happy Wednesday to all of you, and welcome to the 10-day Business Analyst Advantage Challenge. This is a LinkedIn live event discussing the challenge that we are launching today. Officially, all the testing is done, all the dry running is done. All the people have gone through the challenge to check that it's actually working, and we are very excited. Me and my back office staff, we've been working really hard. This presentation is to show you what the challenge is all about, who it is all for, show you how to register, show you how to go through the challenge, and we are very excited. So without further ado, let me start the presentation. So I promise it's not death by PowerPoint. We've only got a half an hour to go. So the format is going to be kind of like introduction. I'm going to show you a few slides. I'm going to show you exactly how to register. It is a exactly 10-minute video that I made this morning, edited all the steps. I value your time more than anything else. And then I'm going to ask you, if you're still interested, if you can register right today, right now, during this session. So fine, let's get started. There's a questions and answers afterwards. If you've got any questions, and you can pop them now in the comments. And if you're not watching this live, if you're watching a recording, don't worry. We get back to all questions and all comments. We look through all of those and we reply. All right, wonderful. Let's get started. Okay, this is about why business analysts get stuck. Well, mostly, not all of you get stuck, but perhaps you're underpaid and overlooked. In other words, you're working in a job, you've been there for a while, maybe 2 years or 3 years, and you've upskilled, you've learned the vision statement and the mission statement of the company. You've learned all these things, and now, you want to actually earn more money. But if you go to your line manager and you say, how about a 50% increase in salary, they're going to laugh at you. So the only way to secure another job is to actually the only way to get an increase in salary is to go and secure a job at another company. Now, once you've decided you want to leave the company, and for any reason whatsoever you want to secure your next role, then perhaps you struggle to land interviews. I don't know if any of these relate to you. Perhaps you're unsure how to position yourself. So we have something called transferable skills. If you've been a business analyst, you've had 2 roles before, and before that you were a product owner or a project manager or a user acceptance tester or whatever, and then you've transferred or pivoted into a business analysis role. Now you're not sure how to position yourself. Are you a junior? Are you a mid-level? Are you a senior? Are you certified? Are you uncertified? What kind of positions are you looking for, and how do you express that in your CV, LinkedIn profile, and the job site portals that you register on? So let's get the comments going. Let's type a few words, everybody. And if you're not stuck, just say no. If you are stuck, perhaps just say where you're stuck. You're stuck with your CV. You're stuck with your LinkedIn profile. You're stuck with finding suitable roles to apply for. You're stuck with the methods to apply for roles to secure interviews. Perhaps you're stuck with preparing for an interview. Perhaps you're stuck with, going from stage 1 to stage 2 to stage 3 of the interview stage. Perhaps if you need to do a presentation during an interview, you get stuck there. Perhaps you're lacking of confidence to do your role or to perform at your peak during interviews. Perhaps you're lacking of confidence there. Perhaps when you get an offer and you feel the offer's terrible, you don't have the confidence or the ability to renegotiate that offer and then make sure that it's looking favorably, so it's more favorable so you can accept. So let's see if there's any comments coming up, and what are your responses? Okay, let us move on to the next slide. Let's get stuck straight in and see what this challenge is all about. Okay, so what if you could? So there's career gaps. So you've got maybe a gap where you weren't working, maybe a gap where you weren't a business analyst, some kind of a career gap like that. What does your next role look like? Which industry? Which sector? What is your job title? Is it permanent, consulting, contracting? What will be your niche or your speciality? What about fully remote or, going into the office? All these type of things. Are you clear on all of these type of things? Okay. Perhaps you could transform the way you present yourself. So I've had a lot of people, ask me for a CV review or have a career strategy or a breakthrough or a goal discovery session with me. And then, they don't present themselves. What happens is we don't really like to blow our own trumpet. So we kind of like underestimate ourselves. We don't really show our unique selling points and unique selling proposition and really sell ourselves, because that's what it's all about. When you're applying for jobs, you want to get shortlisted. You want to get a call from the recruitment agency. You want to secure an interview, these certain things. So, perhaps you're losing some kind of focus there. And it's all about the mindset. If you've got the mindset where you feel you're not worth a lot of money, or you're nervous, or you lack confidence, or you have the imposter syndrome, or you don't know enough theory and things like that, that's very tough to be able to sell yourself if you lack that mindset. I'm just overwriting my slides here, so I'm just going to pop onto the side. Okay, so this challenge is to give you the exact next steps to fast track your career, right? Really good. Fine. Let's move on to the next slide. Okay, so we are going to find these value leaks where you've done value. So perhaps you've worked on some projects before. Perhaps you've got some achievements where you went above and beyond what is expected of you in your day-to-day role. Perhaps you've worked on some digital transformation or some CRM or ERP or integration or cloud or anything like that. You need to be able to showcase that so that you get shortlisted for the role. Okay. And you do that by transforming yourself. So firstly, what we do is we set goals. Where ideally would you like to be in 3 years from now in your life and in your career? And then we know those can change, but at least we can then set your 1-year goals, which is the most important part about your career, in my opinion. Where do you want to be in 1 year from now? We're not going to talk about reincarnation, but I believe we're only on this planet once. We have to go to work. Otherwise, we could just lie on the beach all day. But if we have to go to work, let's find that dream role. Let's try and secure that dream role and work towards that. So that'll be your 1-year goal, your absolute dream role where you love what you do, where you really thrive in an organization, that respects you and values you. Yeah, so it's all about setting that. And once we've set your 1-year career goals, everything is lined up in accordance with that. Your CV, your LinkedIn profile, your the way you find jobs and apply for jobs, all those type of things. And then we set your short-term goals. And your short-term goals, the date is the start date of your new role. So short-term goals, medium-term goals, long-term goals. Then all you need is a clear roadmap. In other words, what are the action steps I need to take to achieve my short-term goals? What are the action steps I need to take once I've secured my short-term goals to be able to achieve my medium-term goals? And then all you need to do is have a really good calendaring system, pop those individual action steps into your calendar. And then more importantly, you don't want to procrastinate. You don't want to be distracted by shiny objects like another certification or gaining domain experience or something like that. So ideally, you'd have a mentor to guide you along the way, but more important, to hold you accountable to those due dates of those deliverables on those action steps. Okay, very important to do that as well. Okay, let's go through the 10 days and let me tell you what the 10 days are all about. Okay, you don't have to see me for this one, so I'm going to hide away. I don't think I'm going to be overwriting any text over here. Okay, the brutal truth. So it's nice to say these 1-year goals are great. Let me work towards these 1-year goals. But people aren't really driven by pleasure and by reward. People are driven by pain. So if you see where you want to be in a year from now, it's kind of like an as-is current state. Where are you now? And your to-be future state, where do you want to be in a year from now? That you're not going to be driven to complete all those action steps by their due dates because of the rewards at the end, at the end of the tunnel. It's basically, you're in pain right now because you can compare it to where you could be in 1 year from now. And that pain is a really good driver. And it's my job as a mentor to put you in pain, to show you, what is on the other side, what are your challenges, what are your shortcomings, through the gap analysis of your 𝐬𝐳𝐯 and your 𝐶𝐵, and to help you to overcome that so you can, in fact, achieve those medium-term goals. Okay, so that's the first day one is all about the brutal truth, making sure that that you're in pain. All right, discover your value leaks. So then we're going to move on to day 2. We'll figure out your value leaks. And these are all done through a membership portal, secure membership portal, where you can register, log in, get daily reminder emails, and every day log in. And they don't take you that long. It's less than half an hour, their entire thing, right? To open the email, to log on, to watch the video, to download the assignment, to complete the assignment in Microsoft Word. I'm sure most of you got Microsoft Word, and then to submit the assignment so that we at BA Masterminds can review it and help you along the way, and then to mark that day as complete. And then the next day you will get another email, and the next day, and 10 days later, the challenge will be over. So why 10 days? It's basically because we don't want to make it 14 days, because ideally you won't do this on the weekend. So it's 10 working days, but we didn't want to make the name too long. So we didn't want to say 10 working days, right? But if you start today, it's Wednesday, then day 2 will be Thursday, day 3 will be Friday, and then do day 4 on Monday. And then all the way to next Friday, and then the next Monday and the Tuesday, you'll do 9 and 10, and then you'll be finished that way. Or you can do it right through the weekend. But we did a lot of research for this. I've joined a lot of challenges and learned what to do and what not to do from other people's challenges. And we're very happy with the way that this came out. Okay, right. All about the mindset of high-income BAs. And then we talk about interviews, selling yourself. That, in my opinion, is the most important event in your career progression path, is that very important interview. I've had a lot of people that book a lot of calls with me, book one call with me, and then I ask them about their strategy to secure the next role. And a lot of people struggle, through the interviews and the presentations and things like that. And then we want to fast track the whole thing. So we're going to show you how to fast track that. Any blockers, any challenges, any dragons we have to slay, we'll go through that as well. And then after that, we can, then you've submitted all your assignments, you're in the right headspace, and then we have a one-on-one breakthrough strategy call. So I'm going to invite you for that on day 10, that we can do the breakthrough call. Right. What are your key takeaways by the end of the challenge? Okay. You'll be more confident already because of this challenge. And that's very important to increase your confidence. Okay. So we've got 18 techniques to find suitable BA positions in the UK, and we've got 4 methods to apply. So most people, just go to LinkedIn, do easy apply, and that's their technique to find a job and their method. But there are many more methods to do that. And then talk about your achievement. So it's not about your past experiences. It's not doing what was required of you on the job description. It's going above and beyond your regular duties and actually achieving things and providing benefits to the company, to the stakeholders, to the end clients, to the vendors. We want to excel in your roles, and then we want to document that in your CV. So we want to separate your roles and responsibilities from your achievements. So we're going to discuss that as well, how you can separate that. And then, as I mentioned, your CV and LinkedIn profile to add value, to be very powerful. And now you'll be able to land those premium roles, not just any role. Let's have a look what word I'm covering over here. Walk away with a 12-month career blueprint. Okay, so that happens during the discovery call. Really good, that as well. All right, where are we now? Let's have a look. So the whole thing is we offer copper, bronze, silver, gold, impact, and we're busy developing platinum. Hi, Moses from Nigeria. Thank you for joining us. Anybody else want to comment or say hello? You can pop your comments in over there. But we offer the gold mentoring program, and that we were going to discuss during your breakthrough session. And let me just showcase some of the outcomes that come through on the Gold Mentoring Program. I don't want to spend too much time. I have talked about this in great detail. I think I've been on LinkedIn Live about 40 times already since we started in 2020. So you can look at my previous LinkedIn Live events, the most recent one about the Gold Mentoring Program, and I usually talk for 45 minutes. Today we're going to do it in 15 minutes, 30 minutes. So let's see how it goes. Right. Let me show my screen now on how to register. I'm going to play a 10-minute video, and then you will see how to go through the registration. Introductory video explaining how you can register for the 10-day BA Advantage Challenge and how you can complete the challenge. So this is the landing page. Firstly, to register, it's either BA-challenge or just www.bamasterminds.com/challenge. It takes you through to the same place. Now I'm just going to pause this video and I just want to discuss there are lessons and assignments. When you complete the assignment, then you need to upload it or submit it for my review. And you can do that through Google Drive. Now, ideally, you're going to log into your Gmail address, your Google address. I'm sure most people have got one. If you can't do this, if you don't have a Gmail address, you do not have to create one. You can just email me your completed assignments at mark@bamasterminds.com. But once you've used that email address, I want you to register for the challenge with your Google email address, your Gmail address. Now, we at BA Masterminds have linked our corporate email addresses to Google, and we pay Google every month. So this is a Gmail managed email address, a Google managed Gmail address. Okay, now you can start by watching the introductory video. So let's rewind this. Let's take it off mute. Let's do full screen and let's play this video. All right, let's go through the landing page. So I've pressed F11 to be big screen and I've zoomed in twice. That's 100%, 110%, 125%. This is just so that you can see nice and full screen. All right, to register, enter your first name, second name, and email address, and then click yes, I want to start. Now, before you do that, you can go and read everything about this challenge on this page. It tells you exactly what's going to cover, what you will get, things like that, and also some success stories from business analyst masterminds that I've mentored in the past. I can't remember how many on this carousel. I think there's 36 people that have offered their testimonials. If you like one of them, all you need to do is hover above one of them and then it'll actually stop. So let me move my mouse across. So now it has stopped. So now you've got time to read it. And as soon as you go off it again, it'll automatically start to scroll again. You can also use the back arrow key to go back if you've missed one, or use the forward arrow key if you want to scroll forward through all of these. Okay, and then more about what it is. And then perhaps you don't know me yet, so there's a little bit of an introduction about me and my past. And then if there's still some questions, there's some frequently asked questions, and there's some links at the bottom. So if you click on home, then you will actually go to our home page, bamasterminds.com. And here you can find out more information about me and my company and what we all do and things like that. You can also click on About Us and you can schedule a call with me if you want to. You can also get your free ebook by putting in your details over there, your email address and your full name, and then get your free ebook. And there's quite a lot of information as well on this page that you can go and scroll through. Right, so back to the Advantage Challenge. Let's go and register. Without further ado, yes, I want to register. Okay, now this takes you to a sign-in screen, and what I'm going to do now is I'm first going to open up my emails, and then I'm going to go and look for that email that said the welcome email, basically. All right, let's open up the welcome email. This is the one over here. So welcome again. I'm going to zoom in. Let's have a look how I can zoom in here. Let's do 150. Okay, that's quite nice and big. Welcome to the Business Analyst Advantage Challenge. You are officially in, and then you can click Get Started. You can also read a little bit about what's happening on day 1 and then on day 2 and things like that. And if you want to unsubscribe, you can just unsubscribe from this. But let's get started with clicking the Get Started button. So you can see it lands on the same place. This is where you can sign in. So this is where you need to enter your email address. Once you've entered your email address, you click Continue, and then what happens is you don't have a password, but you get sent an email. And in the email, there is a 6-digit numeric code. This is the email that you get, so it'll be from BA Masterminds, magic link request, and all you can do is you can copy this or you can just memorize it, and then you can just paste it into your, type it into here. No need to click continue, just paste in the number, and then hey presto, we are logged into the BA Advantage Challenge. So you can see all the days down here. It's a 10-day Advantage Challenge. You can go and look at any of these links, but let's start with clicking on day 1. So once we've clicked on day 1, we can see now we can go into this lesson and assignment. Okay, wonderful. I'm going to zoom out again. I'm going to go back to 100% so that I can show you exactly what is happening on this landing page. Great. So this is the video. Every day has got a video. You download your assignment and complete it. You upload your assignment and then you mark it as complete. So let's start by watching the introduction video. Day 1, the brutal truth. Why you are not progressing. Hi, I am Mark Brains from BA Masterminds and welcome to day 1 of the Business Analyst 10-day Advantage Challenge. Wonderful. So that's how the videos work. You can go backwards and forwards into the video, and then you're going to download your assignment. So let's do that. Let's click download your assignment. First watch the video, then download the assignment. Okay, here is the assignment. It appears in your downloads folder, and that's the assignment over there. So what I suggest you do is create on your C drive a folder and then copy all these into that folder. So on my C drive, I'm going into temp, and here I'm going to make a folder and I'm going to call it BA Masterminds. Okay, and in that folder, I'm going to put all related files and folders. So all my days will be there, day 1, day 2, day 3. Let's double click this and let's start completing the assignment. Again, for sharing purposes, I like to make this taskbar disappear and make it nice and big. Where am I now? Describe your current job title. I'm a business analyst. A description of your role. I work on 2 projects. One is a digital transformation. The other a CRM implementation, something like that. Okay, and then my salary. I'm a permanent staff, earning, and let's just say 48,000 per annum. All right, something like that. My pain points. Tick all the pain points that you have. What I want, da 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 da, etc., etc., etc. And then what you can do is you can say save. Now you've saved the document. Okay, you've completed it. And then we've completed this, so let's go back to the challenge. So now what we're going to do is we're going to upload the completed assignment. We are going to point it to, so this is now the Google Drive, and because I'm logged in with this account, you can always at this time log in or switch accounts or anything, and now you can add a file. You can either drop it here or you can go and find it on your drive. So I'm just going to say browse. I'm going to click on my C drive and I'm going to go into temp, BA Masterminds, and there is my completed worksheet. It's going to upload to the internet, and then I'm going to click submit. And then that has been submitted, and we at BA Masterminds will get a notification to say that your document has been submitted. Okay, let's go back to the challenge over here, And now what we're going to do is we're going to say, we are going to now mark this as complete because it's completed. And then I think we'll get a little tick somewhere along the line here. Mark as complete. Okay. There we go. Now automatically it goes to day 2 and you get an error message because day 2 you will only receive 24 hours later. So that's how long a day is. When you register at 10 past 10 in the morning, then 10 past 10 every day you will get an email to say your next one's available, and you can see there that that tick is there. Okay. And that is how you do the course. Enjoy. Great. I hope you enjoyed that introductory video. So now it is time for you to register and to start the challenge. Let's get started. Firstly, are you in? Let's hear it. Yes, I'm in. I'd love to take part in this challenge. Okay. So it's www.bmasterminds.com/challenge. And maybe my valued assistant can type it in the chat so that you can just click on the link. And if you know of another business analyst that might value or benefit from this, then please share the link with them as well. I just wanted to discuss, let's just have a look here. Now it's your turn to register. Okay. I just wanted to discuss one thing very important, and that is this, this part about being free. Now, we've noticed before, because I've been doing this for over 6 years, about 6.5 years already, I've been mentoring. When there's something for free, people don't really value it and they don't really appreciate it. So we've got a £50 cost on this. So it's a fully refundable deposit. When you finish the challenge after 10 days, you get your full £50 back. Now you can do day 1. You can register, do day 1 today, do day 2 tomorrow. But before you can start day 3 on the next day, on the 3rd day, you're going to get a checkout link. We accept debit card and credit cards. And then you make your transaction for £50. But some people might be put off by that. So we've got an 80% discount code. Petra has just shared that as well. And that's really good. So I see somebody's already in. There we go, Moses. Well done. Anybody else? You can comment that you're in. But basically, you can, in 3 days' time, when you receive that checkout, then just put the word challenge in the coupon code and then apply the code, and it'll go down to what is 80% of £50. Any clever people out there? £10. So £10. It's not a cost. The challenge is free. It's just we wanted to have some skin in the game. We wanted to do a small financial commitment. And like I said, it is fully refundable. We'll transfer it back into any account that you want to in the UK with the BACS payment. So let's see if anybody's got any questions. I've basically mentioned what I want to mention, but go right ahead now. Click on the link. We're still waiting for Petra to put the link of the challenge in. So the registration link, I can do that. I've got the link over here somewhere, I'm pretty sure. Let's have a look here. Control-C, and into the comments it goes. Let's have a look at the comments. All right, comments. Where do I put the comment in here? Comment, paste, comment. Okay, there it is. The Advantage Challenge. But Petra, you can just do it too, because I'm not quite sure if I've been able to do that. www.bmasterminds.com/challenge. Register. If there's any questions, please let me know. Reach out to me on LinkedIn. Send me a connection request. Send me a message. Say, yes, I'm in. Thank you for the challenge. I'm going to monitor this today and tomorrow, and then my back office staff will monitor it through the next couple of weeks, couple of months, and we're going to work through your submitted assignments and give you pointers and tips. You know, let's do this together. So that sounds great. Let's see if there's any questions. Not. Let's cut the call now, because I've been on for 30 minutes and that's where I want to end it. So thank you all for your time. Much appreciated. And we'll see you inside the challenge. Bye for now.